Hello everybody, welcome to Coco's Crochet. I'm Litsa and today is our Yarn of the Month episode 3. It's Sunday the 14th of July 2024 and being the middle of the month, it's time for us to talk about the Yarn of the Month, which just so happens to be this time round the Shawn Sheep Little Poppet yarn. Now here it is here guys, it is a very unique yarn. As you can see there is a strand in there and some little fluffies coming off it. Now, I'm going to talk to you about it in great detail, about my experience with it, what I was able to crochet with it, and of course, you know, my thoughts, future projects possibly, but we have a great surprise today as well because our friend Thea has joined along. So this has become an organic collaboration. So I absolutely love that. So for future reference, anybody that would like to join in, which like say you've got the yarn that I'm going to say Yarn of the Month episode 4 will be, please, you know, send in your projects so that we can all share them and get inspiration for other ideas. Because let me tell you, after seeing what Thea has created, my crochet to-do list has grown again. So before I show you all of Thea's you know, makes and her thoughts, I'll let you know all about the yarn, all about my experience, and then we'll ooh and ah over Thea's as well. So I do have my clipboard as always guys, because I need to get through all the information, because to do a proper little review for those of you that may be interested, you need to have all the stats. And again, let me preface this by saying, of course, this is my experience with this yarn, but I like to share it with you because some of you may see it in the stores and think, wow, like me, this yarn kept talking to me every single time I walked into Big W, because that's predominantly where we can purchase it from, and of course online, again from Big W, because Shawn Sheep is distributed through the Big W stores. I haven't seen it anywhere else. So the little poppet yarn, here it is here, it's little ball band. And I'll give you the statistics on it as well while you're reading it off that. So basically it is a 100% polyester yarn. It is in 100 gram balls and that equates to 110 meters. So there's not very much in there, but that's pretty much, you know, on average with a lot of the chenille type yarns or polyester yarns. On the ball band, it does recommend that you use a 5.5 millimeter hook. You can probably see that, but I think it's upside down. And the instructions for washing, it says to hand wash. But because I relate this to the, what is it called? The microfiber type yarns, I think that it would dry quite quickly. But nevertheless, I haven't washed it as yet, so I can't actually say that as a fact, but I'll let you know in the future. So it says to hand wash, do not rub, do not wring, bleach, iron or tumble dry. It says to dry it flat. And originally I purchased only one ball, and you may remember from, you know, the previous video that I had bought it in the lilac, just that beautiful color there. And I paid $6.50 for it. Now, I think that's a little bit expensive for the yarn, but nevertheless, because I really wanted to try it out, I did pay for it. But after I brought it home and, you know, experimented with it a little bit, the price went down to $4.50 a ball. So I ended up buying not only the lilac, but a few other colors. So let me just show you the website. So this is what it looks like on the website. And it does come in 6 colors. And here they are here. And I bought them all except for the darker pink, although it is a beautiful color, and I think it's called Blush. Is that correct? Yes. I didn't buy it because I wanted to stick with the softer colors. So basically what I got was the white. As you can see, I ended up buying 4 balls of that because I'll let you know what project I wanted to use it for. And I was guesstimating how many balls of yarn I would need because I've never worked with it before, obviously. And then we have the pink, and it's just called pink, guys. I'm reading off the website because they don't have colors on the ball band. So there's the pink. As we said, this one is lilac, that beautiful color there. And of course, that's the, you can see the white. Let me just show you that. You can see why I picked that one up. It's as close to purple as I could get. And then we have this beautiful color here, which they are calling soft blue. And it certainly is. And then we have this lovely color here, and they call it aqua. So there's the 3 colors plus the lilac and then the white. nearly lost my ball there. So let's just stack them over here so you can see them in the background while I have a little chat about them. Now on the website, it only gives you one pattern, and that is a knitted project. I'll see if I can bring it up for you. Here it is here, guys. So the only thing that it shows you here is the little baby blanket there, because the way that they describe this yarn, it's definitely targeted towards baby makes, I would say, because it actually says here, and I'll read it straight off the website for you. It says that Shorn Sheep Little Poppet is a super cute fluffy yarn in an incredibly soft touch. This easy care yarn is perfect for quick knit baby projects or gifts. So it's definitely targeted towards babies. And let me tell you, when you touch this yarn, it is very soft and very appealing. And you can imagine quite a few things made out of this for babies. So when I first picked it up though, I have to tell you guys, and boy was I wrong, I thought that it would actually team up very well with all the baby chenille yarn that I have. I don't know why I thought it would, because the yarns don't even look the same when you bring them up together. Like, look at this, how silly was I? Not at all. But I haven't dismissed the idea of maybe combining them together, not as two strands, but in a project where you work with them alternatively, like alternating from one to the other. So maybe in future, I might do that. I hadn't thought about it until now. So I just thought to myself, you know, they might still be compatible in a similar project, because for my project and for the yarn, so for this yarn and this yarn, I've used the same hook size. So maybe stay tuned for future, because you never know if I actually do combine the two, and we might make something wonderful with them. So that was my original thought. I thought I'd team it up with that, but at this stage I haven't, because when I brought it home I thought, wow, it looks so different. Now, I've written this here now, and down here now, and I'm going to read it pretty much word for word, because it is so spot on. You need to commit to this yarn. So if you go by the way it feels when you first start using it, and I'll talk about that in detail, you will not finish the project. But the end result is super squishy, super soft, and super bouncy. So it really is worth getting through the tricky bits of working with it. So basically, if you have any sensory issues, this is not the yarn for you. So when you start using it, it feels like at one stage it was like there was actually like look, it hangs off like look at that on your skin, like it's related to like a cobweb. And I thought, oh no, this can't be happening. So, you know, you get the moisturizer out and hope that that will help. It's very dry as well. Like I said, it's just a polyester yarn, which I thought would behave like the other baby chenille, but it does not. So do not be fooled by the squishiness when you feel it. It actually does. Like here, it's fine, but when you start working with it individually, like with a strand, very different texture. As we said, it sticks to your hands. It's got that ick feeling. And this is why I related it to any of you that have used, like right now, I feel it, the microfiber cloths. This is washed, it's just stained, guys, because this is my dust cloth. So if you've ever worked with one of these, and you can hear it, it's the same sort of feeling. So if that, you know, makes you, it creeps you out a bit, this is not the yarn for you either. But with lots of moisturizer and huge commitment to the end result, you will be very happy with what you get in the end. So I just thought that I would definitely share that with you, because I just thought at one stage this is not going to happen. And yet I went and bought more yarn, not just the first ball. So there's an indication that, you know, if you stick to it, it's worth it. Now, I'm going to show you the swatches that I made. And let me tell you, there's not very much to see, in that there is very poor stitch definition with this yarn. So as you can imagine, the best way to, there we go there. So down the bottom here, I've done like your single crochet, all US terminology, and half double, and then your doubles. Now, the only way that you can see that there's a different stitch in there is by actually separating it and looking at the heights of the yarn. And then you think, oh yeah, that's what it is there. And then look at these very sad looking baubles, guys. very, very sad looking. And you know what? They don't actually stay out for long. You've got to keep popping them out. So I would not waste my yarn or time doing that. And then I thought I'd do a window stitch. Again, it gets lost. You know, you can't really tell. And on top, I just ended up with just some more double crochets because I thought, you know, I'll show you how it frogs. And then I thought, well, with this yarn, let's try a corner to corner, because I thought the best way to crochet with it would not be on top of the stitches, because it's very hard to find the stitch. You have to basically feel for it and guess that you're in the right spot and continue your project. And then I thought a corner to corner. So let me stretch it out. Now again, corner to corner. Yes, it was very easy to use this stitch. It did make, the crochet experience so much better. And then from this, of course, I led to think the best project would be a granny square. Either one giant granny square or some little squares put together. So that was that. Now I do have one here that I'm going to show you how it frogs, because I'll tell you how much each ball, how many squares I made, because I did actually make granny squares. So here we are here, guys. Now this yarn, if you go slow, it's not horrible. As you can see, it frogs quite easily. So it's not terrible. It like I said, but you have to go slow, because sometimes it can get a little bit caught. But again, with patience, you can do it. The only thing that I was like, there's no way I could do this, because I did try, because I thought I'd try my hand at amigurumi with it, even though I thought it would be impossible to see the stitches. It is very hard when you do, you know, your magic ring, to pull it tight at the end. It doesn't like that. It gets tangled up on itself, because look, they're quite long. It's like eyelashes. It would make great trim for something, wouldn't it? And also, if you made like a standing stitch, or if you did your what do you call it, your, you know how we start off, I can't think of the word, if you didn't have it too close, look, it's very hard to tighten that as well. So you've got to be very careful how you use this yarn, in that you just need to know a few little tricks and tips along the way. But again, it unravels itself quite easily, which is a very big surprise considering what it looks like. So that were my swatches, and then I thought, well, let's start a project. So what did I do, guys? As I said, I started to make little granny squares. So here I've made my granny squares with a traditional 3 double crochets. Then I have 1 chain in the middle and 2 chains for the corners. And I did use my 7mm hook, because I want it to be nice and fluffy. And let me tell you, they really are so nice and fluffy. Now from one ball, so 100 grams of this yarn, I managed to make, how many have we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 granny squares. My gosh, they are so bouncy and so soft. So I got 5 out of that, and then I almost managed to get another one, but I didn't. I can imagine I was thinking you can make like a rainbow, like, you know, with all the different colors, or use it in the border or something, but I was 1 row short, because here I've made the center in the white and the white on the outside, and then I'm going to join it in the white and border it in the white. That's why I got double the amount of, like, 4 balls of the colors and 4 balls of the white. And in I did 1, so I've done how many rows? 1, 2, 3, 4 rows of the rounds of the granny square part, and then 1 of the white, and then I'm going to join them together. So we said 5 out of each ball, so 4, how many have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5s are 20. So I'll have 20 squares, join them together, and then I'll do a nice border, depending how much white I have left. So I think it'll be a very nice size baby blanket, and it is definitely going to be very, very nice and squishy. So I am going to finish this. Now you're asking me, Litsa, but why haven't you finished this? You know, that's a little bit slack, right? Well, I have a very good reason, guys, and let me tell you. most of you know that have been, hanging out with us for a while, that Steve and I have, and my son, we've been working on the granny flat. And one of the jobs that I had on my task list was to cut with a razor all the masking tape where we had painted so that I could remove it. And let me tell you, I cut my fingers. They are recovering now, but there was no way that I could continue with this project the way they were. But rest assured, I will be bringing you a finished project because I absolutely love this blanket. And I think a little baby, one baby, I don't know which one, really should be able to use it because it's an absolute beautiful end result, I believe. But as I was crocheting away, I was thinking about, my cloth here, my dust cloth, and I thought, wouldn't it make a great dust rag as well? So that's something that, I kept thinking while I was crocheting with it, only because it kept getting stuck to my hands. And then, of course, a scrunchie. So what was left over from here, I think I could get at least 3 scrunchies out of it. So basically all I do for my scrunchies, I just have a hairband. Oops, any size that you want. This is just an average size. I do have some bigger ones as well. And then this was guesswork, guys. I did 1 whole row of single crochet and then just 3 double crochets in each one. Now, I probably could have put some more stitches on there, but I was really worried that I couldn't see what I was doing or feel. But I think it's a very cute little scrunchie, and it's nowhere nearly as big as the ones that I usually make, but it is a nice scrunchie to put in the hair, and I imagine that it would be very kind to your hair as well. So that is what I made with my little poppet yarn. And what else do we have here? Oh yeah, and the other thing that I thought it would make an amazing lovey. Can you imagine? Whether it be on the stuffed toys and then you add the one that I crochet around the band, or if you just make one, from a whole lovey or a whole toy. I imagine it would make beautiful ones. But knowing me, because it's a little bit tricky for me to get into the single crochet with this yarn, I probably wouldn't make the whole toy, but I would definitely make a lovey for a stuffed toy, because in essence it's just a granny stitch. So it's going to be very doable. So there are all the things that I think that you could definitely apply this yarn to. It has some, the hardest thing to deal with is the texture on your hand, like the feeling on your hand when you're using it. I don't know any other way to overcome that other than using, like, heavily moisturizing your hands all the time. But there's also a point where you say, well, maybe it's just not worth it. So that's definitely something for you to decide. Would I buy this yarn again? We're going to have to think about it while I'm letting you know what Thea created, and then I'll have a chat about that at the very end. So let me show you what Thea came up with. So thank you so much, Thea, for joining in. This is so special. I absolutely love this. Now, I've got the photos that Thea sent me, and I will let you know that Thea and I actually had a very similar experience. So, it's nice to know that it's not just me, So this is what Thea says to us. Where are we, guys? Here we are. So Thea said that she found, these are Thea's words. Thea found this yarn to be like Velcro on the skin. She kept moisturizing. Not sure if she liked using it, but really loved the finished result. I totally agree with Thea there. So let me show you what Thea has made, and I'll talk to you a little bit about them. Oh my gosh, just when I thought I wouldn't have enough to show you, Thea to the rescue. So Thea used 2 of the lilac for all her projects and 1 of the aqua. And look at that little amigurumi cow. Oh my goodness, he is gorgeous. Thea, thank you so much for sending him in. Now, this was single crocheted, the whole thing, because it's amigurumi. Let me show you the back as well. Oh my goodness. And Thea said she was just feeling her way and guessing where the stitches were, the next stitch for the whole project. But she said that it was absolutely worth making, and it is so super soft and squishy. Imagine some very happy little person with that. Now, the next thing that Thea made, and great minds think alike, she actually made, here it is here, guys. Now, that's on her hand. What that is her, so she's saying, where is it? Because the yarn kept attracting everything in sight, she thought he would make a great dry duster, and I totally agree. Now, Thea found this pattern on Pinterest, and it is a flying squirrel. Look at him. He is so cute. Let me enlarge him a bit. There we go. You can see him a little bit better there. He's even got a loop to hang him with. So his belly is made with the poppet yarn, and on top, Thea used Milan's acrylic yarn. She thinks it's the Spot Saver, the 10-ply Spot Saver. And Thea did use 5mm hooks for both of her projects. So that's pretty awesome. But it didn't stop there. Thea also made, wait for it guys, they look like donuts, scrunchies as well. So there you go. So you know what? I just love that Thea sent in her makes as well. Thank you so much, as I said, Thea, because it encourages us to possibly buy this yarn if we're thinking, it's a good price now, but now that you actually know what the experience has been from us, you'll either make an educated decision is what I'm saying. You'll either say, I'll persevere and I'll commit to the end product because it does look so soft and squishy, and it actually is. Or you might just say, no, it is not for me. It is not worth the anguish. I don't have that much moisturizer in the world to keep my hands at the, the softness or the moisture that I need to work with this yarn. Like even doing that now, I'm feeling it and it's like, ugh. But it's worth it, guys. So keep that in mind. Price-wise, $6.50. No, I wouldn't want to pay that again. $4.50 was awesome. And it made it a little bit more affordable. And the fact that you get five, well, I think even without the white, if you just made 5 complete, I think you get 5 complete granny squares out of each ball. So that's not too bad at all, I'd say. So a project like this would cost, what's that? 8 balls, under 45, about $35, which isn't too bad at all for a baby blanket. Let's be real, I think that is awesome. And, I wonder if any of you will play with the little poppet yarn. And if you do, please send in some photos. I would love to showcase them. But please keep in mind the invitation with the next yarn that I'm going to show you. If any of you have worked with it, please send it in, your photos and your experience, and I will definitely showcase it in the next video. So thank you, Thea, for opening that door for everyone. It didn't even occur to me, so I really do appreciate that you've joined in. Now, the yarn of the month, episode number 4, will be this yarn here, guys. So this yarn here is, again, very super soft. It is readily available once again in Big W. I'll find out if it's anywhere else. I do think that I've seen it in the Reject shop, which is like, it's not a $2 shop, but it's like a, one of those shops that you can buy bargain price items. So I have seen it in there as well from memory. So that's it, guys. We're going to be playing with this Yarn Maker velvet yarn for a month. And I will be back here middle of August. Oh my goodness, that sounds so far away. To let you know what my experience was with this yarn, what I've made with it, because it won't be the first time that I'm playing with it, truth be told, but I've only ever made one project with it. So I wonder if I can apply it to a few other things, because I have become more creative as I'm more confident of a crocheter as time goes on. And also, seeing all of your amazing makes really does inspire me to try something different, because sometimes we get stuck in our comfort zone, don't we? Well, I certainly do, and just use one type of yarn for one type of project and don't use it for anything else, and then move on to a different project with a different yarn. So I think this is what I'm trying to do for myself as well, to actually try yarns that I might have already used or not used and apply them to projects that I may not have thought of before. So this is the one, guys. So until I see you all in a month's time for Yarn of the Month, episode 4, please take care of yourselves and keep crocheting, because this is what we love to do. So see you all very, very soon. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye for now.